Hi, Pastor Bullis Gago here. Today my message is for Christians in Nigeria. Now, this message is not intended to condemn anyone. It is not intended also to cause us to feel bad about ourselves or to attack each other. This message is to cause us to start to think. It's just for us to start to think as Christians, because I think that one of the things we're not doing as Christians in Nigeria is thinking. We're not thinking correctly. Because how could we say that 50% of a country is Christians? How can we be boastful that the largest church auditorium is in Nigeria? How is it that we're boasting that we're the most religious country in the world, but also in the same country we have the highest level of poverty? We are one of those that are listed as part of having the highest number of corruption. We're being banned from entering a country because we go to a country and refuse to leave. How is it that we can claim to have a 50% of Christianity, yet the entire country is going to hell? How is that even possible? There's something wrong with our version of Christianity. The version of Christianity that we have in Nigeria, I can honestly say from my heart, if Jesus was walking the streets of Nigeria, he would not recognize it. Because what he would see is a church that is hungry for money. What he would see is pastors that are hungry for membership. Churches are competing against each other. We are all becoming and trying our best to become international, and we're forgotten to take care of our national problems. Everyone wants to claim how miraculous they are, not understanding that the greatest miracle they can perform in Nigeria is fixing the country. We are over there wondering who can bring legs out of a body, new legs, while the country itself is dying. People are following pastors as though they are slaves. They won't even move if their pastor doesn't say. That is not Christianity. People don't think for themselves anymore until pastor says something. That is not Christianity anymore. Jesus came to set people free, to change this world into the kingdom of God, where every single Christian has a mind of their own, walking with God, where now when people have dreams, they cannot even interpret it until they talk to pastor. They won't even make a move until they talk to pastor. When they're sick, they must talk to pastor. That is not Christianity. That is bondage. That is bondage. God has called us not to create institutions and build kingdoms on this world, but there's only one person. Everything we do is supposed to be for the glory of God. Look at the book of Matthew. The Bible actually says the criteria to entering heaven is to be there for those that are hungry, to be there for those that are thirsty, to be there for the stranger, to be there for those that are in prison, but to be there for the fatherless, to be there for the widow. That is Christianity. But instead, the richest pastors in the world are from Nigeria, while the poorest people now on the earth as a group are in Nigeria. There is a disbalance. Something is terribly wrong. We must turn our attention from ourselves to the people. That is Christianity. Jesus was all about the people and the will of God. That is Christianity. This administration that is ruling Nigeria could have only gotten there because we, the church, allowed them to get there. We're so asleep, looking for change, looking for ways to make more money, that we wanted a person in government that will allow us to thrive with the kind of institutions. God allowed Buhari to get to power to teach us a lesson, that we need to get off our high horses. People need to stop worshiping us. We need to stop cursing the enemy and start helping ourselves by distributing the wealth back to the people and causing them to realize that Jesus is the way to heaven, not pastor. Christians, listen, we're the ones leading our pastors to hell by following them the way we do. They're not gods. They're servants of God. They're supposed to help us reach heaven, not dominate us by taking our money. If Nigeria will change, Christianity needs to go back to what God intended, not this thing that we're doing. It's terrible. This thing we're doing is terrible. How can we be 50% of the country of Nigeria is Christians, and this is how our country is? It makes no sense. If we actually live the way God has intended for us to live, Nigeria can change overnight. For Nigeria to change, we need to go back to God, where Christianity is not about money anymore. Christianity is not about fame anymore. It's not about going international. Christianity is about taking care of our problems and doing it head on. Because if we're ready to lose our lives for God's will, we will gain that country back. God bless you.